Welcome to BSU Studios. I'm Charlotte. How can I help you this afternoon?
Hey Charlotte, are Zane and Richard available? I gotta talk to them. It's really urgent.
Their calendar does say they're in a meeting right now. Is it that important?
It's way beyond important. You don't even know. I gotta talk to them now. Is that possible?
I mean, I guess I could call them. They're just gonna be so mad.
Thank you.
Yes, hello?
Yes, this is Charlotte, the receptionist.
Yes, you're the only receptionist we have, Charlotte. How can I help you?
Actually, we have a kind of an important...
Charlotte, this really isn't a good time right now. I'm in a very important meeting with Richard. I said no calls, and now you're disturbing us, so it's a little bit rude. I'm sorry.
I understand.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Zane, we have a deadline coming up soon. Can we wrap it up?
I'm sorry. Now I'm being rude to Richard, okay? All right, just whatever it is, deal with it. All right?
They're very, very busy. They have no open appointments for the next 3 months. I'm very sorry.
Are you kidding me?
No, they're too busy. Very important.
There's no
meetings.
way. There's no way. They're sitting right there. I mean, look, they're just chilling on a bed. That's not a meeting. I'm gonna talk to them right now. I don't need this. Guys, Zane, Richard, hey, come on, I gotta talk to you. Get your heads out of the dictionary and your porn over there.
Sir, I'm
Come
gonna
on.
have to call
5
security
minutes?
if you do not
Seriously?
get your act together.
Security?
This is my final
How are
warning.
you gonna call security? Your phone's not even plugged in. No, you gotta do that. Guys, seriously, listen
Security,
to me.
I need
I
somebody
got
in
5
here
minutes.
right
5
away.
minutes, just talk
It's
to
an
me.
emergency, and I'm scared.
All you gotta do is listen to me. I'm gonna yell louder.
It's
I'm
him.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
boy.
Okay, no, seriously.
Your time's up in
No,
here.
you guys gotta talk to me. I'm going back. I'm coming back here. No.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Sounded like there was a commotion outside the office.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, and Charlotte, don't call us anymore. We're in a meeting for a reason.
I'm sorry.
If you have something to say, use the telephone.
Oh wait, they're in a meeting.
Welcome to BSU Tonight. With your hosts, Zane, who's elderly, and Richard Badger. On tonight's show, the hosts of the morning chirp. And now, put your hands together for BSU Tonight.
That's what's going on!
Yes!
Oh, make it feel good inside.
Hello and welcome to another fun-filled episode of BSU Tonight, the only show happening tonight with the name of tonight.
And that's a little Snapple fact you'll find underneath your Snapple lid. Starting in the Middle East, Iranian's top cop has offered to quit his job if, get this, anyone verifies the results of a recent survey that says that 80% of Iranian students drink alcohol and have friendships with the opposite sex.
Wow.
Yeah. In other news, no one has verified with Iranian's top cop that getting drunk and having sex is what students do for fun.
Really?
They're smart over.
Oh, wow.
They're smart over there in the Middle East.
I
Aren't
didn't
they?
know that. Also coming out of the Middle East this week.
Sorry, another Middle East joke?
Yeah, but I absolutely promise this will be the last time and we'll get out of the Middle East.
Richard, they've been saying that for years.
Last Tuesday, an Egyptian gang kidnapped Saddam Hussein's look-alike in hopes of convincing him to partake in an adult film marketed as the lost sex tape of Saddam Hussein.
Really?
Isn't that fantastic?
Wow.
Well,
no, it's not. I would never watch something like that. It's not fantastic at
Oh,
all.
it sounds pretty nice. While the gang never got to shooting because the man was actually later saved by authorities.
Oh, that's good.
Word is that the title of the film would have been WMD meets WMDD. Weapon of Mass Destruction meets Women's Massive Double Ds.
Oh, that's...
I know,
They need to come
it's
up with some
catchy.
better porn titles. Good Lord. Oakland Raiders owner and NFL pioneer Al Davis passed away this week. It was reported he died in a safe and peaceful setting, which is fitting because if there's one feeling that people have at Raiders games, it's safe and
Oh, it
peaceful.
definitely is, yeah.
So, I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah. It was reported last Monday.
I'm sorry, are you feel safe and
No,
peaceful at a
definitely,
Raiders
yeah.
game?
It's my first
No.
game ever, yeah.
No.
It was reported last Monday that Brooklyn artist Marnie Kotzak will go on stage later this month, and get this, she will give birth as a performance piece.
Oh, that Mortal Kombat.
Isn't that beautiful?
that her name? I don't. Go ahead.
Yeah, when the art community found out about her plan, they felt that it just tainted and painted art in a negative light and suggested that she go ahead and just abort the event altogether.
Oh, all right. That's word choice on their part.
That's pretty bad.
Well, as many Ball State University students know, that we have several different innovative projects all around campus. One of those being the Scramble Light, which is a stoplight on our campus that stops all lanes of traffic, allows pedestrians to cross at all angles, has a recorded voice that will count down from 30 seconds. We doing that? I see you doing your little,
we've got
it's not distracting at all, don't
no.
worry. And also is a meeting place for classes and clubs to promote their activities. And while it is, convenient for most students, a lot of complaints have been brought up, which brings us to our top 10 list of the week.
Let's
Give
see
it up for
that
it! Woo! The tees, they're bumping, the tees are bumping! Oh, those tees are bumping. You gotta love it. Love the graphic. The top 10 complaints and problems students have at the Scramble Light on BSU's campus. Richard, start us off at number 10.
Number 10, the word wait will begin to make your ears bleed.
It's happened to me twice, yes. Number 9, danger of getting your car stuck in a sea of pedestrians.
Number 8, bumping into at least 20 different people each time you cross.
Every time, yeah. Number 7, just stop handing out flyers. I'm trying to walk to class.
Number 6, people who think they can make it across with 3 seconds left.
I hate people who are like that. Number 5, the bikers and the texters, you're just a bunch of morons.
Number 4, the uneducated driver who tries to turn and begins to honk at the masses.
The professors.
Oh.
It's the professors. They don't.
Wow.
They're old and they don't know how to drive. You've heard it here first. Number 3, all of those people waiting, yet no one will remember to push the damn button.
Yeah.
He was just reminiscing.
Number 2, the man counting down sounds like he's actually at a demolition site. You know
that he does. And the number 1 complaint that students have about the BSU Scramble Light, physics classes that have their students hand out free hugs. You don't know where they've been, don't touch them. Free diseases, anyone? And that's the top 10 list of the week. Fantastic, wonderful. We want to thank you all for coming to the show. Stick around, we'll be right back.
You got a great episode.
Right after this. Oh, it's going to be good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Goodbye.
2, 1.
Goodbye.
3, 2, 1.
Goodbye.
3, 2, 1.
Goodbye.
3, 2, 1.
Goodbye. Good evening, undergraduate students. I am the Traffic Control Program, but call me the TCP. You have been caught jaywalking on the Ball State campus, and therefore face immediate de-resolution. What is your name, undergraduate student?
Aaron.
Do you know why you are here, undergraduate student?
No.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to put you on the game grid now. One. Goodbye.
Thank you. This evening we have a special guest on this episode of BSU Tonight. We worked really hard with this, and after a few phone calls and quite a bit of seduction on my part, I was actually able to get presidential candidate Mitt Romney onto the show. Yes, I know. Very, very impressive.
Very much, Richard, for having me on your show.
Oh, yeah.
I don't often get to talk with my younger voters on television.
Oh, Mitt, everybody here thinks you're in a cult.
What?
Oh, I'm just balking with you, but really, thanks. It's my pleasure having you. Speaking of which, where's there? Your fire department?
Not really. You must be talking about the pole behind me.
Yeah, the fire pole right behind you. Right there.
No, that is no firefighter's pole.
Uh-huh.
It's actually fire curtains pull.
Oh, Mr. Romney, good Lord. You're at a strip club? A man of your status and your profession, your Mormon beliefs? What's going on?
I know what you're going to say, Richard, but trust me. I'm doing good work here, and I still keep my beliefs strong. I'm just also appealing to a certain demographic.
Yeah, I bet you are. And which one of the platforms are you exactly touching? I mean, which one of your campaign points are you talking about at the strip club?
First of all, Richard, it's a gentleman's club. Get it straight, please.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And third of all, I'm here talking about jobs.
Oh, really? Tell me, what kind of jobs should you be talking about?
I'm glad you asked, because the girls and I were talking about how I would have a jobs creating machine.
Yes.
Called America.
Okay, go on.
We were talking about going back to the way life was. Back in the 90s and...
The 90s?
I mean, beg your pardon, they were born in the 90s.
Oh,
back
come on.
in the 50s and 60s. Cutting around $6.6 trillion in tax cuts.
Interesting.
And then we started talking about the death of Steve Jobs. And the girls later on told me they'd give me hand jobs.
Oh, dirty. Okay, moving on, Mr. Romney. I'd like to talk to you about your Mormon beliefs, if you don't mind.
Okay, but only because I wanted to do so.
Okay, recently Herman Cain and Michelle Bachmann have put you under the scope, saying you're not a true Christian, and some have even said you're in a cult. How do you respond?
Well, Richard, do I look like I'm in a cult?
You know, I'm going to say no. I'm actually going to point it out. You look like a fine man.
And also, when you see me, do you think, oh, that man could brainwash my innocence?
Well, maybe not mine personally, but given the fact where you are, perhaps
and
maybe
when
another...
I take a picture for National Magazine, do I look like a monster?
Oh,
do I?
Okay,
by
that's...
the way, if I'm not a true follower of my Lord Jesus Christ, then Herman Cain isn't a true white person.
Oh, Herman Cain's black. Oh, okay. Mr. Romney, moving on. If you actually had to share the presidency with Herman Cain as his VP, how would you set aside your differences?
There would be three things we would have to do to overcome our differences. The first one being the presidency. I would simply want that, so I'd take it from him. The second being...
You getting this?
The way he loves Godfather's Pizza. It's just not right. Having the light being shown in through Mafia Delicioso Company, it's not just going to make things look bad. It'll make things taste bad.
He's a businessman.
And the third thing being simply, I would put my faith in Jesus Christ before I pay attention to...
Oh, that poor girl.
Exactly. Poor people.
Oh, okay. You know, all right, we're just going to cut you off right there. Good luck with your Mormon faith in your campaign. When we're back, Zane will be here with the guests of the Morning Chirp right after this. God.
I'm sorry, that is not the correct spelling of the word bourgeois. The correct spelling is B-O-U-R-G-E-O-I-S. You have been eliminated from this contest. Will the next contestant, contestant number 13, please take his place at the front of the room? The rules remain the same as the previous rounds. If you misspell the word given to you, you will not be eliminated from the round unless the next contestant, contestant number 7, spells his word correctly. If you spell your word correctly and contestant number 7 fails to spell his word correctly, then you will be declared the winner. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Then I will give you your word. Your word is...
Excuse me, could you please repeat the word?
Your word is...
Could you please use that word in a sentence?
I was walking to the market when I met a Turkish sultan. You have 30 seconds.
U-R-G-H-E-H-E-G-H-M.
I'm sorry, that is not the correct spelling of the word. The correct spelling is U-R-G-H-E-H-E-G-H-M-E.
What? What? Really? What?
The rules remain the same as the previous rounds. If you misspell your word, you will not be eliminated unless contestant number 13...
I got it.
Well, okay then. I will give you your word. Your word is cat.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. If you happen to be a member that lives in the Muncie area, sometimes in the morning, if you turn your radio station on to WCRD, you'd hear the lovely voices and the wonderful conversations that come from the Morning Chirp. And today, we're very happy to have the two hosts of the show from the Morning Chirp, Charlotte Dunlap and Spencer Frady. Please give it up for them. Come on out. Hello, hello. Welcome to the show. Okay, move it. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Charlotte, you work on this show, so I'm not the least bit interested in talking to you. I see you far too much in the week.
I know you don't mean that.
No, I know, I don't mean that. And I'm really happy to have you guys on the show because I think it is awesome to have another form of Ball State media really coming and, talking about the program and, giving the viewers at home and even our audience just a really cool look at it. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. So now every year they choose different hosts for the Morning Chirp, right?
Well, yeah, we sort of started up this year. It was kind of a pilot last year, and then we kind of took it over, and we're going to set it up to where we're going to pass it down to the next set of hosts for the next fall.
Very cool, very cool. And now you two knew each other before you were hosts, right?
Yeah, we're both seniors, so we'll both be graduating in the spring.
Right.
So we've had classes together since our freshman year, so we've known each other for quite a while.
Well, that's good. Now, does that help, or does that kind of take away from when you guys are having your banter kind of on air?
I don't know. I think it kind of helps because we know what the other one's going to say, kind of. So
Yeah.
that's helpful that way, but it's also kind of hurtful because we don't typically know the arguments that are going to happen. Like if we ever have any skirmishes on air, we don't know where it's going to come from.
Sure.
So.
Well, typically around here, either Richard and I will sock one another in the face and then, just kind of have a dogfight over it. But the interns usually pull us apart, so that's good. That's never on camera. That's behind it. But I think it's great. Well, one thing that your radio show does is you guys allow call-ins, kind of. And you said that you haven't had too many this year. But how does that kind of work? It's a live radio show with call-ins on a college campus. You've got to be a little bit afraid of, what you're going to get, I mean, just kind of like...
Okay, yeah, no, we allow... There's a lot of ways for people to get involved on our show. Like we have the Facebook and Twitter pages that we use. And you can chat live on WCRD.net, and you can also call. And the way that we handle those calls is they'll come straight to me. We always say you can call either one of us, but they come to me first. And
I don't get that privilege of answering the phone.
Oh, of course
I'm
not. We don't let you answer the phones around here. So him telling me this is you're just our private receptionist, and that's it. So
yeah, but I'm kind of the technical guy of the show, and so I take the phone call, and I usually kind of figure out whether or not they're going to be good on air. And a lot of times, like you said, they're just college kids looking for some hijinks. So
sure, right. Now, you two, while you guys are the personalities of the show, what's the kind of group that you have behind it? That's kind of the behind-the-scenes production that's really allowing this show to air all the time.
Right. Well, considering that we do this every morning, so 5 days a week, we knew that it would be way too much work if it was just us writing everything and putting everything together. So we actually put together a production team that involves people for promotions. We have a creative writing team that helps put together like the segments we talk about and things like that. And then we also, a part of our team is for booking our guests and things like that. So we definitely have a great system behind us, so we couldn't do them without them.
Sounds like a really great support system. I mean, much like our show and other shows that air on around campus, there is that support. But I do kind of have to ask, being in radio, people kind of say that radio is a dying art form. What are your kind of thoughts on that?
Well, that's probably true in that radio is losing audience. But the way we kind of are combating that is we're using Facebook and Twitter more aggressively than other shows do. Like we have a segment that we do called Charlotte Shenanigans, where we'll put a poll on Facebook with a few options to vote on what we want Charlotte to do, and then we'll make a video of that. Like this week's poll was either she was going to prank me and start a prank war,
or what was
or she was going to recite monotone gangster rap lyrics to random people.
That's right. I voted for that one.
Yeah, and that's the one that won.
Because you had said on the air 2 days ago you just really didn't want to be pranked.
I really don't.
I'm like, I can't blame him. Charlotte trying to prank someone, that's just going to end
really
horribly.
good.
No, I don't see it happening. But I just think, is it a little bit discouraging for you guys as people in radio to just kind of be working with this thing that in some people's eyes is really losing steam?
For me, it is a little bit because I found something that I really love to do, and it's one of those things that isn't progressing as like I'd like to see it. So me wanting to go on radio when I graduate in the spring, I think it's going to be a lot tougher to have a secure job in the radio when I graduate. But I also think that it's something I love to do, so I'm going to do it while I can. You know what I mean?
I think that's great, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, is there, you know, a sense of, you know, kind of doubt or, you know, just kind of thinking that, you know, that you're just kind of working in this medium that is just no longer, you know, some people, I mean, there are people that walk around that just don't care about it anymore.
Well, for me, it's not that it's dying, it's more of a challenge now, in that there's a lot more places you can go with it, a lot more fun you can have with it, because I think in terms of radio, it's going to be more of a local thing. You're going to get super local stations where you can do more things in your community, which is what we try and do on our show. So we're trying to take it in a whole nother direction, whereas it's still radio, but it's kind of like our new version of radio.
And I really think with your integrated media techniques that it's really shining through and kind of putting you guys ahead of everything. I think that's great, and I'm really glad that you guys are, you know, able to just kind of get out there every morning, put on a show, you know, and not think about the negative and really, you know, do it because you love it. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think we just have so much fun with it in the mornings that that's not even a concern to us, you know, except when you're like getting down the nitty-gritty, when you're trying to look for jobs. But now I have a lot of fun with it. I mean, I hope you do.
Well, absolutely. It's fun, yeah. But I'm like, but in that sense where you're saying that you're trying to look forward to a career in being in radio, doesn't that scare you? And do you have a backup plan for some other, you know, area you could be working in?
A little. It does worry me a little, and I know we're both TCOM majors, so it's not like we're just secluded to radio. We do news, we do everything, you know, every form of media there is. Spencer and I know how to do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at least for me, I have a minor in marketing, so I have a lot of different options. So.
Absolutely. And
my minor's in German, so I don't really have much to go on.
Well, you can always go out there and, you know, start up the Spencer Youth or whatnot. I'm just kidding. No, really. Just kind of, you know, just again, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. And just the way that you've said it, with being in the TCOM program, Ball State really does a wonderful job of, you know, preparing their students for the workforce and all other areas, and you guys really exemplify that. So that's wonderful. For everyone that's kind of watching at home, please tell us where they can, you know, tune into information about your shows, polling for Charlotte, you know, shenanigans, whatnot. So, you know, let us know, like, where can we get in touch with that?
Okay, well, our favorite way is Twitter.
Right.
You can hit us up on our Twitter. It's just @MorningChirp913. There's no dot between the 91 and 3.
That's true.
And then we have a Facebook page, which is The Morning Chirp. We had 101 likes today.
We did, yeah.
So
fantastic. Well, congratulations. That's quite an achievement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially starting in this new market where, you know, that's completely different. That's wonderful.
Yep.
And we're still old school. You can still use the phone, which is, you know, it's got the number up on the station website, which you can go to is wcrd.net. You can click listen live and actually chat with both of us in the studio while we're doing the show. So that's a lot of fun, too. So
that's very, very cool. Well, thank you guys so much for coming
Thanks
on the show.
It's
been really wonderful having you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this, so please stay tuned. No, really, thank you. I think that.
Looks like someone else is taking my shortcut today, too.
Somebody else is taking the sidewalk today.
Barely enough room for one person as it is. Better get to one side.
Oh, this grass is wet and I don't want to walk through it. Better stake my claim to one of the sides of the sidewalk.
Dang it, we both picked the same side.
Same side? This guy thinks he's funny or something.
Look out, Captain. We're on a collision course. Ha ha ha. Funny things are funny. Hunt for Red October. Blah, 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 blah. My own thoughts.
God, I hope he's not a creeper.
Maybe I should run into her. She looks pretty hot. Well, I better move to one other side.
Alright, I guess it's time to move over.
What the heck?
Aw, come on. What is with this guy? Keeps following me.
Damn, I think she does like me.
I'm just gonna stay on this side. He'll get the picture eventually and move on.
Time to stick to my guns. Just stay on this side till she moves.
He's still not moving.
Not budging, huh? Damn, this girl sticks to her guns. I like that. Just as long as she isn't that type that is so rooted that she tries to change me. God, then she'll start nagging about kids.
Alright, we're starting to get way too close here.
Almost past zero barrier. It won't matter now if Bruce Willis detonates the bomb or not by this point.
My God, he's not changing course. We're gonna crash.
I can't pull up. I can't pull up.
Oh my God, 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 oh my God.
Oh, sorry. That's my fault.
Sorry. I think he likes me.
I think she likes me.
very much.
Thank you guys so much,
Yeah,
really.
we had good guests, but man, that Romney.
Mitt Romney's a
what a
perv.
creep.
Oh,
God,
that
can you
was
believe
just.
that?
I was back in the dressing room and I choked. I was drinking water.
Oh,
It was
I hope you were
disgusting.
fine, but I'm sure
No, I'll
somebody
be
else
fine.
choked there as well. That was disgusting.
I honestly, you saw what happened.
Yeah,
Don't
come on.
awe us. We didn't do that.
Really?
I just think it kind of goes to show you that maybe the liberals got it in the bag again this year. You know, Obama,
never know.
Obama for 2012. This is not an
We'll
official
see.
BSU
Yeah, of
endorsement,
course.
but
Yeah.
it is a Zangi's elderly endorsement. I love the guy. I
Oh,
think
wow.
he's fantastic.
Yeah, Zane's pretty great.
Obama. No, not Zane. Thanks,
Yeah,
Richard.
yeah,
You're a
don't
good
worry.
guy. Look at him. Huh?
Oh,
okay,
Zane.
don't get the interns involved.
Okay, well, all right. We'll
But
see
really,
what
thank you guys so much for coming to the show. And, we won't have a show next week, but we will be
Oh,
back with a
with a
very,
Halloween.
very special Halloween episode. So please stay tuned for everything. A lot of 3D. A lot of just coming at you. You're going to have to put your goggles on.
Yes.
It's going to be great. It's
Be
going to
right.
be wonderful.
Yeah, come back. You can
So,
get your
thank you
glasses at
guys.
Marsh. Thank you.
Have a wonderful night.
Thank you. Oh, gosh, what a good show. Nice job.